So Pol has decided to take it upon themselves to hunt down the Antifa rioters at Berkeley and find out who they are. And this is why.
Right, you go right.
You go. I'm filming you. Oh, I'm gonna hurt you.
See this chap here with these nice fashionable sunglasses and the big nose coming through. Now watch him push his way through. Oh, I fucking felt that. That is not funny.
Oh, motherfucker! Oh shit!
Yep, and the guy's bleeding. So, who was that guy? Well, the chaps on 4chan decided to put their weaponized autism to use, and they think they've found him, in the name of a professor called Eric Clanton. Now, this is what he looks like. Take note of the facial hair and the shape of his eye and colour of his eyes. There apparently is the same chap. Certainly looks like it could be him. Certainly got the same sunglasses, hasn't he? Definitely got the same sort of facial structure. And then you have this picture here where he appears to have these very same facial hair, as well as the sunglasses. And apparently the bag, which he also had, which I think we've got a better picture of. There we go, yeah, the same backpack, with the same glasses, the same facial hair, and the same nose structure. And when they decide to sort of photo fit a picture of his face over, it does appear to be him. In addition to him being a complete thug who thinks he's something special when he's sucker punching or like sucker hitting someone with apparently what was a bike lock inside a sock or something. He's busy teaching people about ethics. That's ethical, isn't it? It's ethical to sneak up on a guy and just smack him on the head to make him bleed. I mean, that guy here, clearly a Nazi. Clearly, look at this Nazi.
Oh, motherfucker!
What a Nazi. Look at him. He's got none of the signs and regalia of a Nazi. He doesn't seem to be hanging out with any Nazis, but he's probably a Nazi. But yeah, so he's apparently teaching high schoolers how to tackle ethics. The ethics of smacking people over the head when they're not doing anything to you. Very ethical. I can see why he's a professor. He seems to know exactly what he's talking about. The funny thing is, then Pol got to digging, and so they found his OkCupid profile. He's interested in philosophy, humanity, and all things wild. He's really good at thinking and overthinking, feeling, building relationships and getting to know people better, writing letters and making pretty tasty vegetarian food. And he spends a lot of his time thinking about revolution. Oh, well, I'm starting to think that maybe they do have the right guy. He did have a Twitter account, but he subsequently deleted it after 4chan managed to identify him. Well, 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 well. Seems like you admit you're the guilty party here, Eric. Seems like you know that people are onto you. I'm sorry, I mean, I'm just saying, Eric. Do you think that was the ethical thing to do? To just smack some kid over the fucking head with a bike lock? He works at the Diablo Valley College, teaching philosophy. I imagine he's a socialist. I'm sure that if you asked him, he'd say, of course I'm a socialist. Hell, he'd probably go even further. He teaches Introduction to Philosophy with a background in teaching ethics, critical thinking, and comparative philosophy with East and West. His primary research interests are ethics and politics. I can't contain myself. His work in political philosophy also centers on mass incarceration in the prison system. He is currently exploring restorative justice from an anti-authoritarian perspective. Yeah, I think we're starting to build up a nice profile of exactly the sort of guy who would dress up in black, go to an Antifa black bloc demonstration, and randomly smack someone over the head who's not involved in any fights. He does, of course, have a Rate My Professor page, which at the moment, as you can see, is rather empty. The only thing you can see here is his class can be very confusing and kind of boring. I had difficulty understanding what we were talking about, but if you try really hard and pay attention and take notes, you should be okay. 100 people found this useful. 1,772 people did not find this useful. That's because the internet decided to get to him. I have an archive here. This was brigaded badly by people from the internet, thousands of them, who decided to go and leave these lovely reviews, which were obviously subsequently scrubbed. But he was a pretty good teacher until I asked why he kept coming to class with a black mask and clothing on. He said I was a racist for saying the word black and inciting hate speech. Then he whipped out a bike lock and started swinging. Luckily, I identify as a dark-skinned person, so I wasn't hit. Unfortunately, all the white males got nailed. The thing is, this appears to be a pattern of behaviour for teachers or certain kinds of teachers at Berkeley. And not just at the university either. This is a Berkeley middle school teacher who is in the spotlight after condoning violent UC Berkeley protest. Yvette Falaka was a well-known activist in Berkeley and a teacher at Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School. After her appearance on Fox News Monday night, her school is being flooded with calls for her resignation. The interview with Tucker Carlson immediately sparked backlash. Falaka, a teacher and coordinator of the activist group By Any Means Necessary, talked about the violent protests on campus at UC Berkeley on the day that ultra-conservative Breitbart editor Milo Yiannopoulos was scheduled to speak. I don't think he is ultra-conservative, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Falaka seemed to condone the violence. I'm really, really glad to say that thousands of us were out there last week and made sure we defended our campus, this community, and especially the immigrant and Muslim community that is under attack. Nobody is under attack. All you're hearing is a different point of view. But it's okay because you think you are morally justified. That's why this chap smacked that kid over the head. And of course, she has a history of doing this as well. Falaka is the same teacher who was briefly suspended by the Berkeley Unified School District after cell phone video captured her throwing punches at a man holding a neo-Nazi flag at a protest last summer. On Fox News, she took aim at Yiannopoulos. He should not be allowed to speak in public, to spread his racist, misogynistic, and homophobic lies. He does not have the right to do that. Well, there we go. These people will quite happily take away your rights, they will quite happily assault you, and they will tell themselves that they are the good people as they do it. And what do you know, Yvette Falaka was identified at the Antifa protest at Berkeley, and she's standing right next to Eric Clanton. This is a specific group of agitators who are also professors who are out causing trouble. They should be stopped. They should be fired. They should be prevented from deliberately radicalizing their own students. They are dangerous. Be warned, Paul will find you. I have learned in my long history and career on the internet that these people are not to be underestimated. You cannot stop the power of weaponized autism. It's going to happen. These people live for what they're doing. They want to find you. They want to reveal you. And they will do it.